Lenovo Flex 5 14. Flex 5 has a simple two-tone design which is pretty slick. The lid is black plastic, the deck is gunmetal grey aluminium. Overall, the case is pretty beautiful without losing function and sturdiness. The laptop is 4.1 pounds heavy and 0.8 inches thick. It's on the larger side of the spectrum, but it is carryable nonetheless. Because of its flexibility, it can be used as a laptop, tablet, display, and in the tent mode. The screen on the Flex 5 is a 14-inch 1920 by 1080 touch display, which is kinda dark and doesn't offer a lot of colours. The panel offers just 74% of the sRGB colour gamut, which is below par. The brightness is 242 nits at maximum, pretty mediocre. The viewing experience is decent at best, but at least the colours were accurate. The keyboard is nice, it doesn't have a really long key travel, but it's pretty good. The touchpad is also pretty nice, quite responsive and accurate at all times. In terms of performance, the Lenovo Flex 5 comes with an AMD Ryzen 5 4500U CPU, 16GB of RAM, 256GB of SSD, and AMD Radeon graphics. The battery is average too, giving you about 8 hours of continuous web browsing. Despite having a lackluster display and average features, it is a seriously good and affordable option if you're considering getting into the 2-in-1 craze. Number 4. MSI P65 Creator. This amazing powerhouse is equipped with the best specs in the market, both in CPU and GPU department, an amazing display, great connectivity, beautiful design, and many more. It's very expensive, but if you want the best, this is it. The MSI P65 Creator has a pretty amazing display, coming in an all-white metal body, something unseen in MSI's lineup since the company has always released black devices. The MSI P65 Creator uses an amazing display as it's equipped with a 15.6-inch 144Hz anti-glare panel that has a full HD resolution and was capable of delivering excellent colors, sharpness, brightness, and contrast. It managed to reproduce 100% of the sRGB color space and about 87% of the Adobe RGB color gamut. The brightness was good enough and the bezels around the screen were extremely thin, leaving us satisfied at all times. In the performance department, this is a true beast as it's equipped with an Intel Core i7-8750H CPU coupled with 32GB of RAM and 512GB of SSD. For productivity tasks, it can plow through everything. In addition to this, it has an NVIDIA GX 1080 GPU that delivered excellent frame rates in every task and giving it the creator status just like its name suggests, the perfect device for creatives. For those that want a top-of-the-line device for video editing, this is it. Look no further. Number 3. Lenovo Yoga C940. As you may know, Lenovo has done a pretty good job when it comes to laptops and tablets lately. One of the best Lenovo laptops is the Lenovo Yoga C940. This 2-in-1 laptop is extremely responsive, has an amazing performance, great display, and many more great features you should take a look at. Lenovo made its unique soundbar hinge a single piece that gives it a cleaner look and better audio than the competition, and it doesn't matter what position you're using the C940 in either. There are 2 display options for the Yoga C940, a 1080p version and a 4K panel. Both are good enough for streaming movies or editing photos, but the 4K panel is a bit sharper and a lot more colourful. It looks pretty great, and it still rocks the same reverse notch design at the top of the display. It's equipped with a 10th generation Intel Core i7 processor, along with the Intel Iris Plus graphics, which do a pretty good job. The models we reviewed came equipped with a 10th generation Intel Core i7 1065G7 CPU and a 512GB SSD. The 4K Yoga 6940 packed 16GB of RAM and a 32GB Intel Optane drive, whereas the 1080p model had only 12GB of RAM. Something else that I should mention is that the memory is soldered onto the main board, which is very common when it comes to ultra portables. It's one of the best without a doubt. I would highly recommend this one to people that want a good-looking 2-in-1 laptop with long battery life, solid display, and people that are looking for a bit more screen space than usual. Number 2. Electronics Matrix RP15. At just 1.9 kilograms, it's a few hundred grams lighter than competing systems like the Razer Blade 15 base model, while being slightly lighter than the Asus Zephyrus GX 502. Port options are unique in that the RP15 offers 2 mini display ports, whereas most other gaming laptops have dropped them completely for DisplayPort over USB. Thunderbolt 3 is not supported either. The numpad and arrow keys are the same size as the main QWERTY keys. Unlike on most other gaming laptops, the click pad is decent in size, 11.5 by 7.5 centimeters, but still smaller than the ones on the MSI GS66, 14 by 6.5 centimeters, or the Razer Blade 15, 13 by 8 centimeters. Cursor control is otherwise reliable and silky smooth, especially on a 144Hz display. Gliding slowly across the surface results in some sticking, which is normal for more precise clicks. In this case, battery capacity is small at just 46 watt-hours, whereas most other 15.6-inch gaming laptops have batteries larger than 60 watt-hours, up to even 80 plus, like on the Razer Blade 15 or MSI GS66. The larger battery occupies more of the unused empty space under the right palm rest. This model is packed with an AMD Ryzen 4800H 8-core CPU, along with GeForce RTX 2060 graphics. It has 512GB of SSD and 16GB of RAM. For now, you're not going to find another 15.6-inch gaming laptop with faster processor performance than the Electronics at under 2 kilograms. Number 1. Lenovo Legion 5 15. Lenovo rebranded its mid-range and high-end gaming laptops line into the Legion line a few years back, and we've always been great fans of the Legion models. The Legion Y530 and Legion in particular were formidable entries in 2019, and for 2020 the Legion 5 takes the line to newer heights. On looks, the Legion 5 shares the same busy look as its predecessor, the Legion Y series, despite coming in as a rebrand. However, the chunky profile, 0.9 inches thick and 5.41 pounds, doesn't quite match the minimalist design of competitors like the Asus ROG Zephyrus M, 0.78 inches and 4.39 pounds. The Legion 5 sports a 15.6-inch 1920 by 1080 IPS screen that's a step above budget on both brightness and color range, while at the same time rocking a 144Hz 100% sRGB display that's perfect for speedy frame rates. The Legion 5's AMD Ryzen 7 4800H CPU and 8GB RAM will handle most of your productivity tasks with unmatched ease. In fact, it can drown 40 Google Chrome tabs, including a Twitch live stream, a Netflix film, and a 1080p YouTube video without lagging at all. The impressive performance is further boosted by the speedy 512GB SSD storage that adds to impressive processing speeds. It definitely is one of the best laptops for artists in the market, and you should check it out. Buying guide. Firstly, graphics chip. If you're not playing PC games, creating 3D objects, or doing high-res video editing, an integrated graphics chip, one that shares the system memory, will be fine, especially Intel's latest Iris Plus graphics. If you have any of the above needs though, a discrete graphics processor from AMD or Nvidia is essential. As with CPUs, there are both high and low-end graphics chips. Low-end gaming or workstation systems today usually have Nvidia MX250 or GTX 1650 GPUs, while mid-range models have RTX 2050 or RTX 2060, and high-end models have RTX 2070 or 2080 GPUs. Secondly, memory. RAM, also known as random access memory, is the extremely fast component that temporarily stores all the information a device needs at the moment. It's essentially short-term memory. Most laptops already have anywhere between 2GB to 8GB of RAM already installed, perfect for the average user. If you need to take on serious tasks like editing video content or gaming the night away, you'll most likely need at least 8GB or more. And thirdly, display. The more pixels you have, the more content you can fit on screen, and the sharper it'll look. Sadly, some budget laptops still have 1366 by 768 displays, and so do a few business laptops. But if you can afford it, we recommend paying extra for a panel that runs at 1920 by 1080, also known as Full HD or 1080p. Higher-end laptops have screens that are 2560 by 1600, 3200 by 1800, or even 3840 by 2160, also known as 4K, which all look sharp but consume more power, lowering your battery life.